Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Giggity. Real name is Mark. And in today's video, we are going to be going over the top 20, that's right, 20, because I couldn't decide on just 10, hot takes that I have about Call of Duty. For those who don't know what a hot take is, it is pretty much just an unpopular opinion. So opinions that I might have about the game that I think the vast majority of players will probably disagree with. And as we go, the takes are going to get a little bit hotter. So starting at number 20, obviously, it's going to be like takes that I feel like they might be unpopular, but I still feel like there's going to be some people watching the video that are going to agree with them. And then once we get to the top like 3 or 5 or whatever, I think there's going to be I think I'm going to get some hate and some hate comments for them for sure. Two things before we get into this video though, really quickly. First off, it's Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day if you served. Thank you guys so much for your service, man. I have a father who served in the military, and he's a great guy, obviously, and so I've never met anybody that served in the military that I don't like. So thank you guys so much. You guys, just know that there's still people out there that appreciate you. You guys are awesome. As a matter of fact, I play video games about what you guys did, and I get mad at those, so I can only imagine what it would have been like in real life. And then that's a horrible comparison, but you know what I was trying to say, man. Thank you. And the other thing is, it's beautiful out for the first time ever. I live in Connecticut, and for like the past 2 weeks it's been freaking depressingly bad out, which is crazy because it's almost June, and so it's been horrible. So today it's actually nice out, so you bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna have my window open. So I got my window open, but I do live on a main road, and since it is Memorial Day and people are off work and everything, there are a lot of motorcycles and fast cars driving by. I like them, I'm a car guy, but obviously for YouTube you guys might get annoyed if you hear like a drive by, but sorry, I apologize in advance, because I know it's just gonna happen and it'll probably annoy you guys. Either way, song of the day is called LA Love by Fergie. I know what you're thinking. Did this guy just freaking recommend a Fergie song in the Big 2-5? I sure did, and I did it loud and proud. Gosh darn it, it's a great song. It's Memorial Day, man. People fought for my right to listen to Fergie, and I'm gonna listen to it on Memorial Day to thank them, because it's a good song, man. Go give it a listen. Without further ado, let's get right into it with number 20 of the top 20 hottest takes I have about COD history. And this is one of the ones that are a little bit more susceptible. We'll get into the hotter ones as we go. I don't know why I said susceptible there. That was not the word I was looking for. It was acceptable. Either way, 20th place is that Hardpoint is the best Call of Duty game mode of all time. I like objective-based game modes, obviously, for a vast majority of reasons. The first one being no campers, for the most part. You can't really win a hardpoint game by camping. I mean, I guess the whole point of hardpoint is you get on the point and then camp the hardpoint, but the hardpoint moves. You know what I mean? So that you have to go away from it, and that's the biggest one. But also just because it gives you something else to do. Like, yeah, killing people in Call of Duty is like, 90% of the game, but you still do that in hardpoint. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like you're not killing people. Like, there's no team deathmatch aspect of it. I think it's just the best. It plays the best. It always is changing. That you get to go to different parts of the maps and try different flank routes and learn these maps so much better if you play hardpoint than something like domination or obviously team deathmatch. Coming in at 19th place, I would say, like, if the first one, 20th place is like 70-degree weather. You know what I mean? It's not even really hot. It's just kind of nice out. Like, it's beautiful. Coming in at 19th, this is more like 72-degree weather. Like, it's almost perfect out, as a matter of fact. Like, I feel like a lot of people are going to agree with this, and that is that Riot Shields are completely pointless in 2025. Back when they came out in 2012 with Black Ops 2, I do believe that's the first one. No, Modern Warfare 3 had Riot Shields, actually, so MW3 was the first one in 2011. But either way, back when they came out, it was kind of a new change, and the games were a lot slower paced and everything like that, too. So Riot Shields actually kind of, like, were a somewhat viable option. And in Black Ops 2, you could put it down and like get behind it and almost like a deployable shield, which actually made some sense as well. And then on top of all of that, it made for some funny YouTube videos and stuff from like Vanos and stuff. But nowadays in 2025, dude, with the insane advanced movement, these are just I feel like they're only added into these games just to make people like have to grind it for the camo. Like 90% of people don't actually use Riot Shields, and they're pretty pointless. Coming in at 18th place, if that was 72-degree weather, I would say this is like 75-degree weather. Like, it's not perfect out, but you're not going to notice that it's that hot. You know what I mean? This is not that hot of a take. I think that Black Ops 6's map design is very good. I think it's, I feel like people are always out there and they'll see both sides of the argument. One person will be like, the maps are too big. Then the other person was like, the maps are too small. It's like, well, if that's the case and 50% of the community thinks the maps are too big and 50% of the community thinks the maps are too small, there's a good chance that that's because the maps are fine the way they are, you know what I mean? And people just want to complain about something. I feel like everybody always says that the maps are horrible. No. As somebody who still plays old CODs like every day, as a matter of fact, I was playing MW19 yesterday. No, maps design in Black Ops 6 is fine. It's very good. There are some that obviously stand out as annoying, like Red Card definitely does feel a little bit too large. And then obviously the face-off gunfight maps are too small, but that's kind of the whole point of them anyway. So if you're playing those and complaining about their size, that's more a you problem than anything else. But I think every other map plays extremely well and fast-paced and good in how a Call of Duty map should play. And coming in at 17th place, again, not too hot yet. I think we're at 77-degree weather here. It's definitely, you know, getting hot. You're not going to wear no sweatshirt outside, I'll tell you that much. You're going to be wearing short sleeves and stuff like that. But at the same time, you're not going to be sweating. You're not going to need like a water bottle on you at every point of the day. And I think that Black Ops 4 Zombies is second only to Black Ops 3. I know what you're thinking. That's not the hottest takes out there, but the problem is I feel like most people are probably forgetting about Black Ops 2. Everybody thinks Black Ops 2 deserves second place. I think Black Ops 2 is third place, because yes, it has Mob of the Dead and Origins, which in my opinion are some of the best zombies maps of all time, period. But the other maps in those games are so forgettable. Nuketown Zombies is nothing, Transit is nothing, Die Rise is nothing. As a matter of fact, those two are bad. And Buried is, realistically speaking, a relatively forgettable map. I think Black Ops 4 Zombies is super slept on, and I think they had incredible map design in that game, and it plays really, really well. Some of the wonder weapons are awesome. The perk system, the way it works, is a little bit disappointing and just kind of pointless, but I think Black Ops 4 Zombies is freaking great, man. It is a little cluttered though, and it does have some obvious misses like Alpha Omega and Voyage of Despair, but for the most part, I think it is a good map, good game for zombies. I wouldn't say we're in 80-degree weather just yet, but we're definitely a little bit hotter than the last one. So I would say we're like 79-degree weather here. So it is going to get a little hot, and this might make some people mad. As a matter of fact, I guarantee it will. But I think that people only remember MW19 well because of Search and Destroy. Nowadays, I don't know if you're on the internet at all and you stay up to date with Call of Duty community opinions and stuff like that, and have Call of Duty stuff coming in on your For You pages or whatever, you'll see a lot of people glazing MW19, being like, oh, it's the best game. It's the nostalgia kicking in, obviously. It's 6 years old at this point, so yeah, the nostalgia starting to hit people. And I, as somebody who's dealt with nostalgia from almost every single Call of Duty because I've been playing with Black Ops 1, but I still play the old ones. No. MW19 was not great. It was not good. They did some good things, like the gunsmith was a great change in my opinion. The movement system was obviously a lot better than previous CODs, and it was a good change up, and it was very, very realistic, and I like that. But the way these games, the MW19 played, was horrible. Search and Destroy was good, and the only reason why Search and Destroy was good is because these maps were humongous and played super slow, and that's how you kind of want Search and Destroy to play. And so that's why it played good. Every other 6v6 mode was horrible. If you weren't playing Shoot House, Shipment, or Rust 24/7 in MW19, you were not having a good time. I stand by that, and I will. If you think Black Ops 6's map design was bad, this one's map design was horrible. It was like Ghost 2.0. All right, now we're into 80-degree weather territory, though. Here we're sitting at 80 degrees. You might want to, keep the windows closed and turn on the AC now because it's starting to get a little bit hot here. But I think that party modes are keeping my love for this franchise alive. Black Ops 6, when it first came out, obviously I did play it a bunch. I got Dark Matter, went all the way up to almost Prestige Master. Actually, I did get to Prestige Master within before January, so I played the crap out of that game. Like, it was fun. I had a good time or whatever. However, it couldn't hold me. And that's the problem with modern CODs. I feel like once you get done with the grinds, which is what I like to come back for modern CODs, I think that they do those very well. Dark Matter grinds, whatever it may be, Interstellar, Orion. I think that they do those very well, and they do hook a player. But once you're done with it, you really have nothing else to work towards, in my opinion, and I kind of get bored of it. Whereas games like Black Ops 1, MW3, Black Ops 2, you didn't really have that grind in the first place, yet we still played it because it hooked you with the gameplay. The game itself was fun. Well, these games, the modern CODs, I am still playing them, but mainly because gun game is fun, Infected is fun, Prop Hunt is fun, Sticks and Stones is fun, whatever it may be that they're adding as a party mode is the fun time, Gunfight is fun, whatever it may be, and that's the reason why I'm still playing them. Coming in at 14th place from quote-unquote hating on MW19 to now praising MW19. Again, this is what I mean, though. You guys don't have to, people, I feel like, think that just because one part of a Call of Duty is bad, it means that the entire Call of Duty is bad. No. As a matter of fact, it could be the other way, too. I think Black Ops 3 is absolutely incredible. It's one of my favorite CODs of all time. Could possibly be my favorite COD of all time, but the campaign sucks. But Modern Warfare 2019, the multiplayer sucks, but its campaign is easily one of the top 3 campaigns in the series, and I don't care what you say. Yes, it's a modern Call of Duty. Doesn't matter. The campaign in MW19 is incredible. The Clean House mission in general is enough to carry it all the way up to the top. That is the best stealth mission we've ever had in COD history. It feels unbelievably realistic, especially for a Call of Duty game. This was way out of left field. Yeah, you expect this from maybe a game that's going for realism, but it's Call of Duty and you have Clean House. That was insane. The MW19 campaign was great. It was insanely well done. Easily one of the top 3 in the series, and I'm just going to tell you right now, it ain't number 3. All right, now we're at the number 13 spot. I would say we're at 83-degree weathers here. You're probably going to want to keep a water bottle on you outside because we're starting to get into the hotter takes here. I think that quick scoping is the most fun and skillful way to play COD. Yes, even still today. There are some people nowadays that like the pros that like want to feel better about themselves, I think, where it's like, no, SMGs are still actually are harder now to use than snipers, because snipers can aim down sights faster than they used to. That is true. Yeah, they can aim down like a sniper in 2025. Yes, it's obviously going to be able to aim down sights faster, and movement helps them out a lot. But you still have to hit your freaking shot, and that's obviously a lot harder than just being able to spray an SMG into an opponent and getting a kill. No, it is not harder to use your SMGs than a sniper. It is still skillful, it is still very fun, and I think it's the best way of playing Call of Duty in my opinion. And on the other hand, still at the 83-degree weather here, wow, that was like 83-degree weather. That was so, the way I said that was weird. But because it's pretty much the same thing, just flipped the reverse of it. Shotguns are the most unfun and unskillful way to play Call of Duty, especially in 2025. Now, yes, back in the day, shotguns did require some skill because they weren't absolutely broken, but nowadays you can one-shot people with a KV broadside or an MX Guardian, and it's absolutely insanely easy. Just stay close quarters, and it's not that hard to do since most modern Call of Duty maps are close quarters, fast-paced maps with insane movement. It is insanely easy to use shotguns nowadays. If you use these, you are not a good player. I don't care what you say, especially if you're using them in like shipment 24/7. Like, that's even worse, dude. I get it if you're using them obviously for camo grinds or whatever, but the second you get those camos, man, put them down. Okay, put them down. Pick up a gun with some skill. Even an SMG is more skillful, more impressive than this thing. Coming in at 11th place. Again, this is my OG Unk status talking here, but I don't care. I'm 25 years old. I've been playing since Black Ops 1. What are you going to do about it? Iron sights on a sniper rifle does not count as sniping. It never has, it never will. No, it's not cool just because you can hit shots with an iron sights on your gun. No. It's also another thing that I actually didn't put on this list, but this kind of applies here too. Marksman rifles. They don't count. Even if you put a sight on it, it doesn't count. Oh, you can get quick scopes with an SAB-50. Wow, very surprised, man. That gun aims down sights faster than pistols in this game does, and it has an insane cockback time. It's pretty much a semi-auto DMR. Congratulate with a one-shot. Those things are broken. It's not impressive that you can get kills with an iron sight sniper. It's not impressive that you can do that. If you want to be impressed, if you want me to be impressed here, use a sniper rifle with a sniper scope on it and quick scope. Again, on the contrary of that, breaking its way into the top 10, I would say we're still, by the way, at 83-degree weather here, because all these are just kind of play style related, so that's why I'm going to keep them here at the 83-degree weather territory. But iron sights on anything but snipers, obviously, just hits freaking different. I don't care what you say, man. Running around the map with an MP7 with a red dot sight on it feels dorky. I don't know why. It may be better. Maybe it's better, but I'm not using that. I'm using the iron sights. It just feels better that way, and it just hits different. It feels more satisfying. It feels like you're more skilled to hit your shots with iron sights. I don't know, I just like them a lot better on, again, obviously on anything but snipers. we're not contradicting ourselves with our last entry with the iron sights on a sniper thing, but yeah, on anything but snipers, iron sights are the move. Besides like LMGs, I will say LMGs, yeah, putting a sight on an LMG makes sense, but anything besides like those two, nah, man, you gotta use the iron sights. Okay, this is where I anger literally 80 to 90% of the COD community nowadays, because I would say we're at 85-degree weather here now. We're definitely up a tier here, because I could not care less about ranked play or Warzone. Yeah, I'm the most unked out guy on planet Earth, man. I've been playing since Black Ops 1, like I've said multiple times already in this video, and I like the classics. I like Call of Duty because I like 6v6 respawn modes, and I don't like to have to sweat every single time I hop online and go into ranked play with the best meta guns. That's not how I like playing. As a matter of fact, you could probably tell by now the way I like playing is with quickscoping and snipers, because it's satisfying. You hit cool shots, and then you save it to your Xbox, and you look at it later, and you're like, oh yeah, I did that. That was pretty cool. I don't care about ranked play, and every time I've tried Warzone, which I'll admit it's only been like a small handful of times, but every single time I've tried it, I hate it. I'm not a battle royale guy. I like just regular multiplayer. But don't worry, multiplayer guys, did you think you were off the hook? Nope, I'm making you mad today too. Still in 85-degree weather though, I would say, but I think that Team Deathmatch should just be completely removed from Call of Duty altogether. And let me explain why. I don't understand the point of it at this point, man. Like, okay, so Team Deathmatch is kind of, I guess, there to like get players started into Call of Duty, I guess. But the problem is, 9 times out of 10, you don't need that. Like, it's the same thing, and it doesn't get people started into Call of Duty. Do you want to know the best way to get people started into Call of Duty? For them to understand slate grounds, for them to understand spawns. They still have to get into gunfights and domination. They still have to get into gunfights and hardpoint. They still have to work on their aim and their movement in those game modes. As a matter of fact, I would argue they have to work on them more, because people are going to get into power positions, and it's going to be a little bit better. But Team Deathmatch, it's just bad and pointless. And then another big problem is every time these games die out and the player base moves on from the games, everybody's stuck just playing Team Deathmatch. When I guarantee the vast majority of these veterans, these pros that stay on Ghosts and stay on Black Ops 2 and all those games for this long of a time, would much rather be playing domination than Team Deathmatch all the time. But obviously, since the noobs come in, they just click on the first thing that pops up and it's always Team Deathmatch. And it's kind of, in my opinion, I just think they should just take it out. Coming in at 7th place, however, this one's definitely 87-degree weather here. Not 90. We're not 90-degree weather just yet, but we're getting hot, man. It's getting a little hot here. Because I think that modern Call of Duty, you know, anything from MW19 up, so that's Modern Warfare 2019, Black Ops Cold War, Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 6, is still fun games, just in small bursts. It's different from old Call of Duties. I do think old CODs, you can sit there and play Black Ops 2, MW3, Ghost, or, well, not Ghost anymore, but Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, whatever it may be, the older Call of Duties, all day and still have fun at the end of the night. But I will say modern Call of Duty, it definitely gets frustrating after a while of playing it, like grinding it, and that's obviously a problem. But I do think people hate on them too much. Like, they won't even try the new CODs just because they know that there's like Black Ops 6 was still fun for the vast majority of the Dark Matter grind for me. I still had a good time, but nowadays, yeah, I kind of get bored of it really quickly. Coming in at 6th place, I would say now we're probably at 90-degree weather here. 90-degree here for sure. It's getting hot, man. These are some hot takes up here towards the top of my list. I think I might get some hate comments for sure, especially from this one in particular. Will probably get a lot of hate comments from the older crowd because I think that Jetpack Era Call of Duty needs to make a comeback. I remember back when Advanced Warfare first came out and the OGs, myself included, were mad. Which, realistically speaking, let's be honest, the Call of Duty community is never happy. That's kind of known at this point. But yeah, we were mad at that, and God forbid did we know how good we had it, dude. Yeah, I would love for Jetpack Era to make a comeback. I do think, though, I will say, I think the problem with the Jetpack Era wasn't the fact that they came out with 1 or 2, it's the fact that they came out with 3 back-to-back, and they never really gave the boots on the ground guys a chance again. I think the best way they should do it is, if they are going to come back with a Jetpack Era Call of Duty, give us 1, and then the next year, go back to boots on the ground, and then the next year after that, go back to boots on the ground, and then give us another Jetpack COD. They don't need to give us Jetpack COD after Jetpack COD after Jetpack COD. Just spice it up a little bit here and there, and give us one every once in a while, and I think people would be happy, because playing Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, or Infinite Warfare is fun nowadays, and it's a nice change up. But yeah, is it all I want to play? No, but I do think it should be there every once in a while. In 5th place, also kind of draws back into the Jetpack Era. As a matter of fact, this was a big problem during the Jetpack Era, but again, I think we're starting to realize that we definitely had it good back then. I would rather have supply drops and armory credits than battle passes. Now, I will say Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 did it horribly, but anywhere from Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered, World War II, and Black Ops 4, I think they did it great. They had the supply drops, obviously, which, yes, are a gamble, and I know it's a problem to get kids addicted to gambling, whatever, but it is a rated M game at the end of the day. If kids are playing the game, that's not Call of Duty's fault, that is their parents' fault. I know it's stupid to say that because it's 2025 and the kids will get whatever they want anyways, but still, that is technically what they're doing when they rate them M. However, I do think supply drops were much better than battle passes and stores and stuff like that. And nowadays, if you want all these items or whatever, you have to play the game and do these stupid things. Supply drops at least gave players that didn't have enough time to play the game and stuff like that, but they did have a job and they had money, they could come back and just buy the items really quick, and then they could just go on. Nowadays, you have to grind for them in the freaking battle pass, and then on top of all of that, the store is so frustrating, and it makes it so you literally are completely locked out of a lot of really cool customization. At least back in the day with supply drops, everybody had the same chances to get these cool items. There wasn't exclusive items that you had to pay $25 for, and it's kind of annoying. I don't know. I think supply drops with armory credits, not without them. Again, Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare did it horribly, but giving players a way to earn them in a supply drop and then get credits for it and then be able to craft whatever items they want, I think is the best way of releasing DLC weapons that we've had so far. Okay, now we're probably at 95-degree weather here. We're not in triple digits just yet, to the point where it's you literally are not going to even be able to go outside without passing out, but it's definitely hot, man. You're going to be walking around shirtless outside. You're not going to want to do anything. The ground is going to give off that weird wavy effect, you know what I mean, when you're driving, and you're just going to be oh, that's annoying. Either way, 90% of people that glaze the older CODs don't even play them. This isn't even really a hot take. It's more just an astute observation that I've made, man. I play the old COD still. I like them. And there is a cheater problem, and I still play them. Black Ops 2 has a massive cheater problem. MW3 has a massive cheater problem. MW2 has a massive cheater problem, and I still play them. And it's insanely hard to find matches come this time of night. Why? Because, again, all these people that are oh my god, old COD was peak, aren't actually playing old COD. They're still playing the modern Call of Duty, but they're complaining about the modern Call of Duty online and saying old Call of Duty was peak when they're not even playing them. Now, is that because of the cheater problem? I don't know, but they're not there. And what's going on there, guys? If you like old COD so much, play them. Coming in at 3rd place, again, I would say we're probably at 97-degree weather here now. We're not, again, still not in triple digits, because there are still people out there that believe this. But I definitely think that we're getting into the hotter ones, where I'm probably going to get some hate here. This is like a full-blown conspiracy theory at this point. And yeah, I'm hopping on the conspiracy train here. Skill-based damage is a thing. I've been playing COD since Black Ops 1. The amount of times in Black Ops 6 where I shoot an enemy in my, you know, that COD timer in your head where you're just like, I know Call of Duty at this point, man. I've been playing it since freaking I was a kid. Okay, I know COD, I know how the games work. And I shoot an enemy, go to run away, and they're not dead yet, and then I have to re-aim at them and shoot them again. That's never happened in Call of Duty ever before. Never for me. Maybe once or twice here and there, but never as much as it does in Black Ops 6. Why is that happening so much? Well, I'll tell you why that's happening. Because skill-based damage happens, and so you can't get used to killing enemies in a certain amount of shots, because it's never the same amount of shots because of skill-based damage. I fully believe it's there. It makes sense. It's a scummy tactic, and that's what Call of Duty is known as nowadays, and I guarantee it's in their games. And coming at second place, however, is another me complaining about modern Call of Duty thing. Again, I said it before, I do think modern Call of Duty is still fun, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that every modern Call of Duty sucks or anything, but there was obviously a couple problems. And in my opinion, the main problem with modern Call of Duty is that all the guns feel the same. I'm gonna be like, that's it. I don't think it's a movement. I do think skill-based matchmaking is definitely a problem, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I don't think it's movement. I don't think it's really skill-based match. I think it's just the fact that, dude, we're playing a game where, realistically speaking, 90% of the game, the reason why we like playing it is because the guns are fun to use, and we want to run around the map and kill each other with cool guns and stuff like that. It's fun. That's a cool thing of doing it. It's the same way to like Forza players and Gran Turismo and Need for Speed players. They're playing it not because they want to use the best car. They want to try out all these different cars and have fun driving with cool cars. That's what they're for. If you make every single gun feel exactly the same, I don't want to play it. There's no point. There's no point in me getting excited to use a Baz B over using the TAC 56, because they feel exactly the same. They don't feel any different from each other. Our honorable mention, because I did want to talk about this real quick, but it's really not even that much of a hot take. Again, we're all, obviously, since this is an honorable mention, we're all the way back to that one's like 70-degree weather here. But I think that T Dog Smitty has kind of brought Call of Duty back from the grave, especially for me in particular. I don't know about everybody else, but for me in particular, dude, I've been watching this guy. He's a YouTuber, for those who don't know. Go check him out if you haven't already. Big shout out to T Dog Smitty. If you're watching this video, man, thank you so much for getting me back into COD. But yeah, dude, I love his videos, and he has a really good mindset and attitude going into Call of Duties. He experiences a lot of the BS that every Call of Duty player experiences, but he deals with it in a funny way. It makes it feel happy and cool. I don't know. I like T Dog. I think he does great ideas for videos, and he's a really good COD YouTuber is all I gotta say. It feels fun to watch him. It's not like a ultra sweat. He just is a casual player that likes playing CODs, and I like that. But first place, in my opinion, the only one of my hot takes in this list that reaches the 3-digit mark. I would say this is 100-degree weather territory here. You're not going to go outside. You're going to be passing out from heat exhaustion for sure with this one, because I think that skill-based matchmaking does not help in any way whatsoever. And let me explain. I know that skill-based matchmaking is already a #1 thing that people like to hate on, so I know that you might be like, well, how's this a hot take? Like, everybody kind of thinks that, everybody complains about skill-based matchmaking. I think skill-based is like, a lot of people will be like, okay, skill-based matchmaking sucks, but at least it does do this one thing. I don't think skill-based matchmaking helps in the slightest bit. I think, as a matter of fact, if anything, skill-based matchmaking is killing Call of Duty and is a horrible idea for them, personally. And the reason why is this. The only reason why skill-based matchmaking is even really implemented is because they say that it helps maintain the player counts and helps the new players get adjusted to Call of Duty and get into Call of Duty and play the game, right? But that makes no sense, because we were all at one point a new player in Call of Duty. Every one of us. I started with Black Ops 1, where there was no skill-based matchmaking, or at least very, very small numbers of it. And I stuck around with it. Why? Because the games were good. They were fun to play. They were addicting already. They didn't need skill-based matchmaking. They didn't need me to have artificially inflated numbers or deflated numbers depending on how good I did the last game. It just played well, and I liked it. Even if I went 1-16, I played again because I felt like I was having a good time. I enjoyed it. And every time, another big problem is people want to see improvements, gosh darn it, okay? It's the reason why people work out. It's the reason why people build up race cars. It's the reason why people do whatever it is that they're doing in their life. They like to see some sort of improvement. That's why they do the hobbies that they do. If you are playing a game and you see no improvement, no matter how much you play it, if anything, you're going to lose players, and you're not going to hook new players because they're not seeing that improvement that gets them addicted to the game. It's not going to happen. And then the new players, like the older players like myself, are going to see the exact same gameplay over and over and over again, and aren't going to be rewarded for their years and years and years of effort putting into this game, that they're just going to end up leaving. And again, it's probably part of the reason why modern Call of Duty gets hated on so much, because people aren't excited to play these games anymore. You don't have a good game, and then you watch YouTube of a YouTuber get this freaking insane nuke because he has a freaking two bot or whatever it's called turned on and a VPN turned on, playing against bots all day. That wouldn't even be a thing, by the way, if you didn't have skill-based matchmaking Call of Duty. So that's another reason why it sucks. Like, there's just every part of skill-based matchmaking sucks. There's not one single part of this that is helping Call of Duty, in my opinion, and I think it's ruining online gaming altogether. I really do think so. I think it's a horrible idea to have skill-based matchmaking in casual playlists. Obviously, having it in ranked playlists makes total sense. That's the whole point of ranked. You're supposed to be going against players of your same skill level. But when it comes to casual, just throw us in. Ping is king, gosh darn it, and throw me into a match and let me play against players. That's all I care about. I just want to play a game of the COD. I don't care if I go 14-78, and I don't care if I go 78-14. I want to play Call of Duty. I don't want to have to do the 50, and I don't want to go 40-40 for 5 games in a row. That's annoying. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video of the top 20 hot takes that I have about Call of Duty. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know what other videos I'd see in the comment section down below. Check the links in the description for any of my other social medias, any of my other YouTube channels, or any of that great mumbo jumbo. And yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if it does good in terms of viewerships and viewers or whatever, I will do some more hot takes in the future for sure, because I have a lot more. And I can do some about certain games too, just like individual games and individual, like I can do a zombies hot takes, a campaigns hot takes, a multiplayer only hot takes, whatever. We could do some more hot takes videos in the future if you guys would like to see any more of those. We do obviously, like I said, have a ton of different videos lined up that I already have written out. I've gone over all of them yesterday, or the last video I should say. So obviously, you know, those, I do have a bunch of ideas anyways. The prestige ones, I did see somebody saying like, oh yeah, I would like to see more of this in the future, but the views were not that great. It only got 200 views, so I do think we're going to stop with the ranking all prestige emblems videos. So sorry for that guy that did enjoy it. I don't want to, you know, only make videos that only 200 people are going to watch. I do think I should worry more about, you know, the majority of players, I guess I should say, or viewers. I don't know why I said players there. That's a horrible word to use, but yeah, I think that's what I should worry about. Obviously, but either way, yeah, I'm just trying to come up with ideas, man. I have so many, and I just want to see which ones work and which ones don't. The live videos do seem to be doing not the best or whatever, but those I'm going to keep doing anyways, because it's just something I want to do. Like, that's just for fun, and easy videos that I make in the off days anyways. And on top of that, guys, what was I going to say, man? Oh, man, I had something else I wanted to say. Now it's going to drive me absolutely insane, mate. It's going to drive me nuts, laddie. Oh, well, I don't know. But either way, it is Memorial Day. So again, happy Memorial Day. Thank you guys again. If you served, go outside and get some freaking fresh air and some nice sunlight, man. It's finally sunny over here in Connecticut. So thank God. Don't take it for granted if it's sunny all the time where you are, by the way. Go outside and get some sunlight, because you're going to hit that patch where it's going to be rainy for 2 weeks straight and you're going to be depressed. So go outside and get in some sunlight, man. It's freaking beautiful out today. But yeah. What was I gonna say? God, it's driving me nuts. I had something else. Oh yeah. It was just a thank you. It was just a thank you because we're only like 15 subscribers away from 800 subs. So thank you guys so much, man. This channel is literally blowing up. 14, actually. I'm just checking it right now. 14. So thank you guys so very much. I really do appreciate your guys' freaking support on this channel. It is really cool to me, man. I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Yeah, thank you guys. That's all I got to say, man. Thank you guys very, very much. Either way, das vidania, and have a nice night.